Wonu enkura eniema na Papa J wote ase na esom ne bo asomdwie perepeyo ene no kredi no omo ensomo de ne. Sasoso na Ghana mampanyin na adodanko akufo ado ye kasa de wakọ rage Papa J atena ye akoma abusua ene yire ne ma ye akọ ewe asam a abeto oman Ghana nyina no eho. COVID-19 say cases no kwa na ekosoro ene yebedi emu enkomo. UK so amanebo a eba ne se da bia da no wo mo nipa anya covid yade kra na nya be se 33000 ene eche ya etwetwe so na ha adwen ye papa ama Sarpong Kumankuma Gyasi me nam de kase ebo no so mo ene awie afei ye nhwe ensem no ankasa. Kane mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ede ato NDC amanyokuo no mpanyimfo enintie ni atwetwe wuro na afei party etitafo nyina animu se wanu mukofar bai ye Jerry John Rollins ya ba mo wodi na pakan be fa no koye enura ebra na ne hododo no no akwaje ayahwe na wantumi ansan ameka yensa sede ye nyina ye nimsi ye mampanyi edada no wo se wosre akontabuo ebuo ahobrase nipa fa ahodie etuhu acha na Papa J ewo no eno na wo sre se DC amanyokuo mani nyina emfanya adwuma ni titru ene sabre ya wonom egina akono no wo mo mfa kasa eho tie sede na Papa J pene ne yema no sa ene wo munye na aboa ama wawu a woda watumi ada ehunu se woja NDC sa amanyokuo wa akire na mpa ni wei eden sakraye de wo hwehwe se amanyokuo no beye no eno na abamu eni nyina enkamfu ano ya bomu mu amane dada se Papa J wonyamfie aduoso miensa yese na ne hododo no ene se woko kolebu na wakoje ayahwa wantumi ansan ameka yensa ebio yenko ensamfu from dia na yewura Jerry John Rollins ya wada ne benkum so benkata chie we friend ntoma entintimu na enelbo Papa J asoja ni bema ubo no anu wada ho Papa J sore ne yenko Papa J enka ne ho na ne ho aye nyunyunyu no a Ghana mampanyin na nado danko akufo ado se yesafata se abusua eyire ne ma woje achie no amamre kwanso no okọ ekochia wonom enti ene wabo anan akọ rage wonum fie akọ abusua ahye won se wono abusua na enya asem na so ye Ghana nyina yekotwodwem ne bo enti nyade a ebejawo.
A great tragedy has befallen us as a country and as a family. Some 4 weeks ago, we were here to inform the presidency of the death of our mother, our grandmother, our sister. Just some few weeks or some few days after the burial, the former president, Jerry John Rollins, fell sick and was hospitalized. A lot of efforts were made. I know the president was in touch with his brother. Little did we know that former president will leave us. So we've come here formally to inform the president and the entire government that this is what has happened. It is true. Jerry John Rollins is no more. And we deem it appropriate to come and inform you officially.
First of all, I have to welcome you to the seat of the presidency of our country, to Jubilee House, and extend my deepest condolence and sympathies to the family. To now, we have to call her his widow, children, brothers, cousins, entire family. I was given this information this morning when I arrived at the office. And I found it hard up to now to really incorporate, assimilate the information. He's a man of great vitality. I know the feeling of family on such an occasion, but I think that you would understand if I say that on the death of such a man, precedence has to be given to the state of Ghana. So the Chief of Staff, their office, will be in touch with Colonel Abutri and the family, and Akonedo Ajiman Rawlins, for us to agree on how we proceed. Time for funeral and all those things have to be agreed upon, but that the state has to pull out all the stops and make sure that he's given a most befitting and dignified exit.
We are abusia sa sama etisa esia ya na abusia de wawuo ne dom no e wo se otu abofo ma fei wono mo ekokobobo nipa won huhia amane se asem sei na abafie sa yoyi mu na Rollins abusia no etu abofo ma wokọ abankesim kobo Ghana mampanyin na nadanko akufuado amane se de wote ye no se ohun social media so obi na frɛ ne ka kire no no kre na yenko yenua be ma Prince ahenkan anaso odi mampanyini echi na ne odi ya konsem ekoma abusua no yentie mampanyi ne nsama hodo a wode atodwa ene se de ehositie Prince ma hi
mini aba mejo so
monya akodru rage ho
you sabi the president of the republic na nado danko akufuado onye eye mame eye kunedu ajiman Rollins eye oba panyini asabi adia tonani ono no ekasuma sem ewo dem na the president of the republic e be mu ha anopa say no asere ni beto dwa eye abusuafo na tu abofo mo ba na so be ka kire ne asi no ono so anda so ene ono so abefie we ba behye ma mini nkuna aka tell me o man Ghana any other the president of the republic na danko akufo o mata mechi na president oba no o mo no ba the chief of staff ma me e ba bi national chairman na MPP wa fedi play enso e ba bi na mampanyin na danko akufo kasa no se de wapa no be di kan bona manye o kasa o tu Gyasi ampa enla o ne asama enya ne de oti ni suo evise ni yonko a one ne ekasuma sem na ye de ka kire ne se waka ntine gu na oti ye na asem ne ye ne yapa na one de dina mane no hojojo no be na ofi na ye ni mosem a mo ne ka kire bia badi a yoko bia one ne kasa asa dia ombo ye dia fa no bia omo ne ye nti ebeto Gyasi wofiri mu no na ye ne yapa yi na ombeka kire no tu aka kire omo se ne o man Ghana ebe yi bia dia hye ne bia bia ombe ye akwa ti kama nti eno na ade achi otutu na so eba behwe kunafo na aka kire se on shedin na nyame na ema nyame so na edi Ila mame zina to eka sama bitu Gyasi abusuafo no eba behia na abusuafo no ebetia na na ombesi ana e pa ombebo no ombe ma the president of the republic said no catch up say the aban be fa you know who be pia no ombe ma na so hati to the office of chief of staff na one thing that to president and say omuda na say former president John Rollins me ya bi mu o ya kakra bia na omunya na president of the republic e mu akotena ono na e kasa bia na omu catch omuda na say when John omu kontinti na ono no omu akwa ba be ba sana na omu de omu papa wu ni de omu ka se nya omu ya na omu ya pa yi afi so e ba ni so a no money nda so put papa just Rollins e be jo omu ko nti omu da president of the republic asi so omu su e kire no omu da na pa na omu ndi ke so de no mo pantara no omu tie sa na ono mbetena omu fa na ja na yi no so ni pa so fa ne kana se na omu bisi no omu ma na so asi that be the president of the republic
aka bi ba mu kakra se wakodru ho de wani bo na nakunadu so say na o sije nsam no o hwe no se wani ahye no so a we try to kakra
ya se oba panyi kwa na wani tata ICU enso ene ya ko no o fi ho on ICU o fi ho ono kwa Funya Echo, no corner, any president, Ekasa, Atabia, because only president, Ekasmaster. I'm on that on my own. The quality of Kunyamba, because I shall probably. Or 2 hours, a second, only the head or 2 on Yari.
Okay.
I shall no smart of 2 on see. They not nothing, some man and cause say, or the IC or the IC, no Caribbean. If it's a man who feels to see out only the president of the Republic and a Kasai.
Yo.
The IC, the junior IC.
Okay. Yo, Prince, yeah, that's a papa, I was here for the ACA, Elwo, Mampenny Dada. Yera Jerry John Rollins efie na Prince Ahenkan aboye mu no Ghana mampanyin akwa akoduru ho ne abusua di amane ode na no di sam abo wo no mama mu so di fie di abo no na se de Prince aboye amane no maame Kunadu Ajman Rollins di aba no emu odenti nyina yemfa mpa yenta abusua no echi na yekọ ensam fufuro mu adehye wa santemantam so wonum eti brechie kese ani dutan kese a atutu enura wia eno chese wonu so sibubonwam na ensem bi omanfo bi ene UTV chair no yentie
ena Ghana man yanti asem de ni nyina ye Ghana man panyin dada John Joy Rollins ewuo no na mepie mu asantimantem ni kro Kumankuma se asem no so san na dwadifo ene timamufo enso eka ho asem amanfo ra hu ye pa UTV central for e wo mantem ha so ya bo opini amanfo bi so mo efa JJ Rollins wuo no ho se no musika ho afa ho
abusuafo nyame pa no boje enti ye me kan se ya nana ya papa ya de nyina dam ne fadue yo wo wo kwade agwante benye due na amane hunu abusuafo nyansa de o ya papa ya de nyina o ba mo wuo adere wa de bone sa
o mete ya me wura ho papa na ya nyinni ena ye uti se ya kan news ya gidie o jeje wo ne de awe ho o
Shaleminu awasin ankasa ne gume chese Ghana ya shire hero ankasa meka en recent time kra utie papa je traffic mu nyina na ja wasi from na je ya wo panyin bia tambia na o ka dun for class o tim ya ni je disame ka say enhye me a o akra na say my boss star be too kra because we've lost a hero ankasa
meti asemi mabotso asemi ne ya me ya aye makoma ya pa chese me yesa hwini jeje ena me edi ajade na ka wo maame no papa bre kura wode ma ne wo faase so nam jeje so na me edi ajade eti papa we wu ani die me hu ne meka me hu asem bi o sa meka me wura ho
me jeje wu ne me pa maka me bo afi say no mpe nsem basa basa say bitimi etan radio so no mampeni say o na do justice o na fast and foul na ya de amamba wo no wu ne me aka kwam se jeli wu ne ahime
o ya me ya visa Ghana no yo mpanyimfo bi a ehwe omusuon mo se basa mpanyimfo ni wa ya na adwen jeje wo ne de Ghana nyina ya hra de eya
mete me hu dwure me a ba de we kan se nyame fa ne kra nsie because owo kra de a nkwanti me mere enye
we abusuafo yeda so a ewo eyiye mu arehoa na Ghana nyina ye die ewo asenketse a atoye ho na edom kuma ewo mrahye bedwom ese wo moti asem no ho dwi wo papa na wo mani na esanse wo munim se papa je ne ho odene na no a wo ni maame dampam kaw state house letese odi akwani ababa nti wo mu anka bia nhyem na so abasa ni senti wonum se de ye nyina nim se abato obre na aduro na nkamra hye bedwafo bon to ase de be ye beto aba ma omo no wo mo de omo campaign nyina agufom wo mu nyina ebetena ayipa so na wo ne abusua na papa je edom ne ne yire ne ne ma enyina bom anom sikasa de akai papa no duma nyame ne de ne bedom Ghana ne mfaso a o man yenya edifiri ne ho eno anso ha yera hari na drusu a wono na ne nsa ehye krata yase ese Dr. Zinato Rollins would ye omunua a womne otimra hye bedwam de abai wonu abusua mo hyeden na nyame a wode mo papa edom Ghana na wode ne dom mo se eja no obehye manemu ebra esemu nyame hye moden na onkura mo ebre ti seyemu Abusafo yenkwohwe Papa J tiase enema bi mfoni ahodo videos pictures ahodo yenkaka ye ho.
Has come into being in this country. Supposed to be 24 years of independence without the true economic power lying in the hands of the people of this country. When we took over the reins of the economy, ladies and gentlemen, I thought so. Places like that were dead. AGC was producing what? Half or 1/3 the current volume. 1/3 the current volume. We have tripled AGC's goal. When we started off with nothing but one thing, the truth and integrity. The truth and integrity. And this is what has brought this country out of the darkness. Now that we are beginning to see the light, with the responsibility and the duty of accomplishing what we set out to do we want to see the clock turn back?
Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings.
Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings.
Haven't been elected.
To
the high office of President.
To the high office of President.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
The Republic of
This victory is not a victory to sleep. It's not a victory for laziness, but it's a victory to work even harder.
Kumankuma was not perfect, and I may be one of the most critical people about certain aspects of his government. But I will never deny him nor any man the praise for outstanding achievements, and for Dr. Nkrumah in particular, the things that made him a great figure in history. On this 32nd anniversary of Ghana's Republic Day, we are laying Dr. Nkrumah's remains to rest at the site of his greatest triumph.
The instability of Liberia is affecting the stability of the sub-region. It's making it difficult to attract investment. It's making it difficult, to improve the image of Africa. So I'm suffering, not indirectly, directly, both through the contribution of my troops to bring about stability and through the fact that, look, it's creating a wrong perception of Africa. So we have a moral obligation to do what we can to bring about the necessary stability, because we're all being judged, all of us, despite the efforts we're making.
But frankly, I just don't think it's fair and right that Liberia, that used to be, a former colony of America, should have degenerated into a carnage of that kind. No Western country lifted a hand to assist her. And yet she didn't actually need that much. But when it comes to the European theater, the whole of Europe, NATO, the US, everybody pumps in all the necessary resources.
Early this year, the world was struck, as you know, by a pandemic whose effects eventually affected every facet of our lives. Despite the interventions from state institutions to alleviate the plight of the underprivileged, there is still a lot to be done by all of us in our very own communities to support the most vulnerable groups. The health force across the country, some of whom have been infected with the virus, in the line of duty have taught us a sense of purpose, selflessness, commitment, dedication, and patriotism. I commend all health workers, as well as all other frontline workers, for proving equal to the task in this defining moment of ours. Fellow compatriots, we have hurt our own by institutionalizing corruption for far too long, given a little few the access to amass wealth at the risk of the livelihood of the ordinary people who are languishing in poverty and misery.
Abusafo no abra yete de asie no na yekura yanyini enti yetu abofo UTV ensentwofo se wonum enko na mfomo ni kwatwa ya wisie nkohwe se de asie no no kra na mpa won koduru ye no na che se edom wo ho yane nipa bia na etwa hia ho esoso ekasai na yentie wonsem ni bi.
Revolutionary those time now. I was a young man. Let me can June 4th. Enti a spontaneous reaction na obia edi nechi. Odi ase. Okoye no hu say nyama nkosi you know some by 81. Yenya sa ta nechi. Enti in the 90s no. Hu say bibia abin ayeye no power to the people are promising no. Yebetumi aye no. Ofre obia market women obia ye buy. No mature constitutional year to today. Or transfer for 2 years, 2 terms. 1 year not been sir, or by extended constitution, sir, man for year, but say another 3rd term, and after sir, 1 year, sir. Jerry and yes, sir. Or making sure, sir, there was a free and fair election with a transparent electoral commission. The power of the people to the people, no. The power showed in 2000. Yeah, Papa, Kufo, Uncanny Party home. Obi the president. Someone when did share?
No, my wife catch him no in a manjenzi. Into me friend, the second person now or confirming. Them say, how can this happen at this time? And secondly, Nipa now about a couple of weeks back, the Massemi almost multi kakra. In Canada, Abraham contest election first. No, from Mankesim JJ. What's a Mr. Kakra into no from Mankesim JJ? I mean, I was the only candidate, President Rawlings. Obaho more than 3 times and send a warrior election. We go make there is a BBC or parliament now or pedal biggie or Bakasa. Some of us they termed us as Jerry's boys. Your parliament, you know. Some of us were termed as Jerry's boys. So sometimes they will call some of us that Charlie, this old man go and meet old man and 1, 2, 3. And see, I mean that is how far we go.
He was our hero, he was our mentor. Was our icon. Somebody we love so much from our region. It's a big oak tree that has fallen. You know the influence of Papa J. You know his influence. Very domineering. When he speaks, everybody listens. Yeah. We are devastated. But what can we say? We were there to support him recently when he lost his mom. Everything went on smoothly. Little did we expect that within this short period, that is the will of God. So we thank him for it.
They took initiative that not many people would have taken. Nononsono started from as a military leader and ended up as a civilian leader. And for me, that is the greatest achievement. He was able to transit from military rule, revolutionary rule, to what we have today as democracy. The transition we have today, he played a big role in having it done. Today we have a lot of where anybody can become a president, anybody can become a leader, anybody can be appointed. We never used to have that.
He was a man, he was my hero, he was my father, he was my mentor. And he's somebody I cannot forget in life. He's somebody who loved human beings, down to earth. He's a man of principle. When we talk about corruption, he's a man who took corruption out of this country, and he stood for it. Okan kware, and I onsro and kware so.
They am ofra and ofine way back in 79 and 82. I did a chia BC 1992. I did see party and Sana Chia party was only any one and num. Or you ra someone who's becope or Timama or mine, and we are seeing so I can be a leader. Only Gyasi Rawlings. Na or will be a or Donipa. I found the back of our me. Tamay, you want to fish, be winning in it. To be cook coming with some of the children of Isaac, make home crack over menu. And so, my brain more can was some no say no crack. And one was Ura, Konakwe, what you want. And you know, said the power and no soon we are sick. Let me say, in the way you say, it's so any buyer or the trust as this one. Yina yemfa enye osu yom pema inchirima na yakaba kusi ane se onyame ofa ne currency
me kwa na wa me o supply ma me $2,000
$1,000, $500. Oh, me papa. Oh, papa, wait there. I can't go be at the Sarah. Oh, Ghana. Oh, I want to be copio. I want to be here, Macqua. Hey.
Abusiafo afi 2019 wode niema P na abawiase na nadia ba ko a wode aka wiase nyina ma Ghana so yenya ye chefa eye COVID-19 yade. Dr. Abuaje da Costa eye lead risk communication officer at the National Response Team ya omoda COVID ano. Yebekwa homanso ne na kodi nkomo. Yenya ntiye ese COVID no enkoi said ye Ghana fo bia ye wo madwen se o eni ho biem wo mo boa nya no kre wo mo dada mo enya hwe ubepunu upuna na ekọ unya mafin unya de na nkofo kire nura hodo a ye de bo adwuma eyeye doc ma han
ya na mo to say
wadama ye ho ye ti se de asie ya na ja ama ya boto kakra na so ni nyina wo ye.
Yeah.
Where ya Mr. Mr. Wadama ni mabisa nyem bia COVID no yanyanti yese ya record 149 new cases akade ye wo ho ama say akwa akodru 1541 Ghana force ye ko eni ho COVID ne kra mo di hunahuna yen doctor yensu ade kakra awie
me da say me for fidie so na machia Ghana fo nyina na mama Ghana fo nyina ya ko wo ye mampani a wo free mo when flight Lieutenant General Orange the TNA COVID no Ghana fo mo maye hu se enkoye et se wo yare na yama wodro na se dro no onomo a yesi eno na betimi ajo wa anomo a bedro no entimi emboa se no ye dry the amaye safety protocols no yes say Ghana ni bia upia yesrew se nose mask te u kosra bia na u ko bi officer yesrew kokoro nsa with samana sanitizer no ya mum ye nyusu no ntentem na mum ye ni di na yenye exercise sa enyoma ya makeken eno na betimi aboae amaye reduce COVID infections ewo krowe mu enti mamu mayenye ya adwen se yare ne ko enkoye ena yare no ekupa enti mama yenyina ye hu se asudie da ya so ese yenyina ye se face mask yenyina ye sa wo yensa intentem at least 20 seconds.
Doc, say ya, akwa yese, omanfo abamu abu, oma bre yade no. Ususu se de na ama akobasa. Afa so said ya mabubu mu esnesini de aba mantam no. Uhunu se asante mantam ne Greater Accra ha de e wosoro pa. Ye be yede na ye tumi aso ano ama omanfo said ya na nka di suro ne ahopopo edi nhihye ne so no yasan atumi aye ne sa.
Me da say so wotwa entina ye mampani ekasa last week okache nyina yese yare no enkoe enti Australia nyina say obia ense face mask now yenim babia obi betu kwan akọ a yare ni bi ewo ewom say baby o ho a yare ni bi ni ho. I'm talking about the regions na bi eni yare ni bi no. But the one cry na war Kumasi and Ashanti region na war baby baku idie na say o mining nyina ye boy ho ban now safety protocols no so the buy no bear in mind say emrata actually in the mandate say obia ye den ese ye be cost na ye educate Ghanaians and Ghana for nyina ocha the Ministry of Information for your strategy and yes, engage the regional House of Chiefs. No, said they are or mobile engage your subject, which is at Mamufono na omankasa ayeden edi safety protocols so now ya pe asofo mpenimfo pa mo so recording messages amayen say COVID-19 wo ho okay you be koso ne de ni nyina ayeden support okay but me di chat wo kra me ese me kachre Ghana ni bia say yare no enkoy entimomi na ye ho so na obi an say the face mask e ho hia pa
now docs 146 new cases no wo mu afiri akwantuo mu aba ana say ye ho hard na mu di record sa number no
but that's it. I think say the meeting cancer here in say infections no nya report to your website no share breaking it down baby a bia then free airback Kotuka International Airport the numbers okay yeah wo include mo so the numbers then infection no that's wo kro ni mu enkoye the meeting aka no na yenim say the bit through pa amano the infections ni free by workplaces and see no
that say workplaces that just say
yeah workplaces okay but yeah confined spaces in our workplaces now obekai say maybe where your friend say na okwo adwuma bia almost say no mask no entry na almost in sweat you na security officers no then
check
aha and not na say you go back to it because the TNS infections or confined spaces are very dangerous because the suspense in air into we social distancing kwana and what this all the face mask near the our workplace near confined space no the bit me kwana ya mo mie windows no na we no say the be ya ne ndum air condition no na ya man from anya den embrace ebetimi aboa amaya infections meso
doc ya da papa awie se wato bo ase a cheche niemamu e de a kire yen we abusia for Dr. Abuaje da Costa lead risk communication at the COVID-19 national response team no na wa cheche mu abusia for ye na ye ho so na ya de no owo ho ampa wo se air condition be ye kra ye nte so ni wa bie mpoma na mframa afa wo ho na yade ebisi umuma so a watu mframa abona to atwene na so watumi ade wo ho na ye kwa ensamfofro mu a ye covid ya ho na deputy regional minister at the North East Yera onimunyamfo Tia Ahmed e de atudwa se covid na enko yo nti wo sere ne manfo se wo mo hwe ho ye
Ghana ban enam asue ye hwe nkron kitwa ni kwase mpuntie so ama zumula yadwumako ni di no petit schools and afi so gidibia wodo ni mu ni akon atia nyarewa ahodo no enti etifi epoye eye North East region ena gidibia beye wo ha e wo mansini beye enwotwe emu no omudi enuro apetimu na etifi epoye mantam no soafo abedi akire onimanyamfo Tia Ahmed akasa kire mu se esi akon etia coronavirus na nyese beginsemu.
The beginning we were suffering with it. But for the past 5 months or so, our body will tell you that it seems it has gone out of the region. But that should not be the case. So people are relaxed. And there is a risk that if we get it, it may spread widely. So your coming is timely in the sense that it is going to wake people up from sleep. That COVID-19 is still there. Protocols must be observed. Sanitation must be clean. So by coming to spray the markets, you are awakening the people again that COVID-19 is not gone. It's only relaxed. And we have to be very careful. Follow the protocol conditions so that we will never get even one case in the region again.
Wasache say regional coordinating council penifogu so mo education edi amomon for month mo beti coronavirus no ase no mabom ho ban.
This particular one, we are likely to cover about 100 and something market within this municipality and regional. As you can see right from behind our machinery, we have some other drones that we will be using, and then again the media people, you are here with us, the security agents are here to be with us. Then our men are ready, our spraying gang are are already ready for the exercise, and these are the people that we are going to do. We will start this morning the major markets within the region, and then from there we will move to the districts and other nearby villages.
Yadiani epiemu ewo tema General Hospital edi ato yamane bofo ohina ponsa enim say one black bank ho emoja eni ho na ene say covid bae na atwenwo wo mo pa ama say dodo esesenka da bia da wo munya no omuntimi nya eha adwen
Openyina wono ene hwemoja so ede ema tema General Hospital Owura John ene UTV di nkomo ene ocheche nsem kakra kire se nansen moja ho akwatwe ede ama ayaresabia ne pa ama ankwankre ayaresabia po mo babeji moje firo mu enchen ede kwaje akrankwan nso enye bi ento asre Ghana for se yentan konkotwe moja na yemfansi enje akra enkwa wase enam coronavirus ni tinkrofo adwene mu ayomo kesene amon peso babetwe moja ne bi omusuro wase utwe moja na enye hu bia emfo ha biara embro ntibra na betwe moja
General Hospital, ideally, in a day, we give around 20 to 25 units of blood to the wards within the hospital. We also take care of outsiders, facilities. So in all, between 25 and 30 units of blood goes out of the hospital daily. Due to the COVID-19, people don't want even to come to the hospital onward to come and donate blood. So the appeal is COVID has nothing with blood transfusion or blood donation. No blood bank worldwide is self-sufficient. So we are appealing to the churches, communities, workplaces, organizations to at least do blood donation once in the year. With this, we may have enough blood at the various blood banks.
Ghana this year binum so ye wo ahafo mantamu ani amantam foforo ya bo de aka de wo hodada ho so wonom akasa adi ya woni areho ade afa ya mampanyi dada ya wato ne kon awu ya no ni wo ne ho
we bobe 2 years na madam sorry me hear me phone so no go abaso but it is least expected because some few weeks in I will see ni mama tonight him say anya be podcast is need na nke ni be twa bi unfortunately yes let's say I didn't find the currency
adwuma mu ya tini for P7 say man penny a odi kan JJ Rollins wada no be nkunso mtimi emu sheme because omani na nka bi nshi nti mama repo pa ijra ha me ka che butwen nyina se am won show mudi on the show mo re oman Ghana so na no de che ye re MPP NDC enyina yenka mum ne ba ko we man pani wu yechi
Ghana sem se wo Ghana papa why of us ye Ghana kwan bibre ayo no time no to ye oko ye honum north boko garuti ban ye honum nyina na kwan duri kwan ya okitwa ye masa oye djuma papa sa president we bi de ye hu bi ye nya bi wo Ghana ha bi enti owure na de e Ghana fo bia ni ho a obeti asere we a enye ne ya
chese wodwunu ho awon ti ase papa yi se de wo Ghana man na papa yi kuta Ghana me kura me tie se papa ranse wo ne me kan ma dum se ene Ghana so isan se papa ne kuta o man Ghana na ni sunsun adi hino o man Ghana ye papa ranse wo ne Nyankopon de enim se owo kwade a enkwantume nye Nyankopon susu ne hwenipa baby papa what do be and you find the currency.
As say, me runs by a number of 79, 81 more. The press said there runs by our Sigma Ghana, yes, Ghana, all the queen, Nina, me, a brow by and fat, over Danny no many, over J. Ghana see hope, Sabana many, the way you know me. Over J. Ghana see hope,
Yamian in air. Me tell you, young shame, sunset. Me ya 10 yard so ya let said yes, ye tell you what I'm doing. Oh, eh, now me find the crazy.
Sans I know a president, no man in ye. It sounds like a president, I know a very disciplined. Papa J, I'm a woman, put on baby at that. Oboa wa ma no mama ne hunu se we o se wo do niam atutu wo.
Yanko ensamfu from ara hosamba ko a asie ene se yakohu ababa bi ya wawu eda gotamu e wo ban yade enkran hanomo na filling station ba ko a ebe ho wodansini a wo ho ya nani hunu ababa no ene ya twetwe enkomo yentie
ene nyumri nti yete forecourt as pump attendant nti most of our customers or mobile no mo complain say hano saint bi e wo ho. Until like it continues, most of the customers complain. Until lady na me co-worker na me ne ye adwuma no. Ono say ah. Ebe ya anka me nkwa hwe gata no mo. Na hwe ne e wo ho because I believe that Tuesday no me gata mu e ma yes say ko good has been. And I'm say okay, no problem. Let me just put a try and see what is happening. Until me ba me be hwe gata no mo nyina me hu hwe. And I'm say gata kese bi e ben order one na ye yim until ma me hwe na ewom. Until me kutu yesa me hwe gata no ma na me boom me like me tie mu Jesus because what I've seen is not easy. Me won say nipa ehyiemu like ahwene bebre egu ne sisi nti ho na me dan mechi nti man kan kire na me ko free opening bi o ha se o cent bi e wa around ha na me find out no me hu se nipa ehye gata no mo ahwene bebre e dan ne sisi nti enumre de ne asi ani
na wo hwe ade ne yi a wo hu se oyo oba wo hu se ntoma egu na ase. Now, this is the first time I hear BBC. Now, menka say emrebi na onifreni bi one ne banam. Omudu ano incidents bi si wa ha. E ma kwala no ja ne papa ho. E ko esa nko kohwe. Papa no so anajo be 8. Onam say ya no beto gata we ye mu. Otom no yen ba be yi no nansuo no agina ha gata we gata kese pa linking to the main gata na e da down ha no e no e na ye be yi papa no e na ye di blocked and kese ACC gata no so e na ye di dua e na ye di danger ye den e bo mu be say 1 month etchin afi na ye hu eniama na ye di esi gata no so biom e na we no be da mpansa ana ne yebehu ade a yehu bi wa ha sei da enti mo bisamia atin se dia yehu ye no no
Abisa for ya tun kretia wa ye ba Romeo Dro dia gudi mu nsem ebeto ayeso